Go. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to let the system let everybody into the room for a minute here. Good morning, everyone. How are you? All right. So it looks like we have a lot of people in the room. I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation now. All right, so welcome to our Ireland webinar. Good morning. Hi, everyone. We have a beautiful set of properties to visit today, and we're just going to hear little snippets, just like a little overview of the properties that we have. We have 5 incredible properties here, and just last year, was it last year? I actually had the opportunity to visit most of the properties, and let me tell you, I want to go back. So here is just a quick little itinerary for you to have a look at. This is where we are going. We're actually going to start at Ballyfin today, and then we'll pop over to Morrowfield. Cashel Palace is a new property under construction, and Adrian will tell us a little bit about that one. And then we'll pop all the way down south to visit with Sheen Falls and Park Hotel Kenmare. So this is our Route du Bonaire itinerary today. It says Croatia, but that was a mistake. All right, as you guys all know, you've been with me this last 5 months. We are a nonprofit organization. We don't own or manage any of the hotels. And because of that, we get to have an extremely authentic experience at all of the properties that we get to visit. Ireland is a really cool destination for us because we really get to see these properties that are so tied to the history and the history of the land and the food of the land and the people of the land and their castles. And I mean, as you can see, it's very ideal for the physical distancing because there's not much around a lot of these properties, and it allows you to physically distance. Real quick, our chain code is WB. If you are not using the GDS at home, you know that we have our online travel agent portal, and we have our 800 line as well, which goes straight into New York. So these are the different digital pieces. We are not going to have the book this coming next year, so make sure you get on one of the apps or the website. There's the travel agent portal there. You just log in through your IATA. And then we have our Route du Bonaire. We have 138 sample itineraries that we have for you to draw. And this is the Ireland one. There's 8 nights in Ireland. And we are going to actually do our own Route du Bonaire today. So today, actually this is our website, and you can see the really cool little green icons that you can see which ones are open. The ones that are red are temporarily closed, and if you click on those, you'll see the opening date that is scheduled to open for. You know me, and you know Tiago in New York as your main contacts, and our central res in New York also. Here are all the contacts. I will send this to all of you here today after the presentation, so you have the direct contact of all of our beautiful properties. And I have a little surprise today. At the end of today, we have basically an incredible trip to Ireland to give away. So each property has offered 1 complimentary night, bed and breakfast. And if you wish to extend, they'll offer you a discount rate for your extended days. So stay online and we'll do a live drawing for you. All right, without further ado, let's start. I think you guys all know Damien from Ballyfin. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop in the questions in the Q&A or in the chat box, please. Damien, are you ready?
I am ready as can be. Good morning, everybody, from beautiful Relais countryside, where we have gorgeous weather today, as always. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure that everybody is now well and beyond tired of Zoom, so we really appreciate your time. I know you can't come to us at the moment, but hopefully that will change soon. For now, what I'll do is I'll share my screen. I have about 4.5 minutes to talk to you about Ballyfin, and if there are any questions after that, feel free to fire away. So we're a very small property. Some of you will be familiar with it. We're obviously members of Relais Chateaux and very proud members. We only have 20 bedrooms, and we also have a cottage, and we're a private property. And when I say private, I do mean private in the sense that we have a 5-mile wall around the property, and it's there's a couple of gates, and you have to ring in and to be able to enter the property. So that gives you 614 acres of land for a maximum of 40 people at any one time. We're located right here, the little red dot in the middle of the screen. So we're about an hour and a half south of Dublin, an hour and a half north of Shannon, and technically speaking, about 2.5 to 3 hours from anything in Ireland. That's the advantage of the country of Ireland, which is quite small and easy to access. So easy to get to and easy to go places from there. And then Amy has already touched on the Route du Bonheur, but if there is a country in which the Route du Bonheur works really well, is indeed Ireland, because you can hit all the beautiful wonders of Ireland and visit the Relais properties on the way, with an hour and a half drive from each property, which is great. Now, the property here, Ballyfin, was built in the 1820s. It was built as a family home, decent sized family home with 40,000 square feet. In 2002, the current owners bought the property and spent 9 years to bring it back to life. And when I say bring it back to life, I'll admit I'm fully biased, but essentially they really brought it back to its former glory. They spend the time and the investment to bring it back to life. And the result is very luxurious, it's very decadent, it's very opulent, but first and foremost, it's very friendly and very relaxed. Whilst I can't claim to be Irish, the rest of the team can, and the Irish welcome really does make a difference there. What we try to do is we try to get your clients to experience as much of the property when they're with us, and we do that by serving meals in different locations. So be it breakfast in a small dining room, lunch in a conservatory, or maybe in a picnic house if they want something more casual. Dinner can either be a grand affair upstairs, where we have Sam Moody in the kitchen, who would held a Michelin star in his previous property for 6 years, or indeed downstairs in the bar, granted currently closed because of the current situation, but otherwise we can do a very casual dinner down in the bar. In terms of the bedrooms, from entry level right the way through to the largest suite in the house, they're all very beautifully appointed, all very, very comfortable, and they all share the same ethos, which is the rest is the same with the house, and that is that they make you feel like in the house more than in a hotel. The Gardener's Cottage is an extension of that, purely because it's a 1-bedroom house, standalone house, lovely living room downstairs with 2 open fireplaces, a little kitchen, which none of our guests have ever used, and no guest will ever use because we send a chef to cook for them if they want something. Outside, you've got a private garden with a hot tub, and then upstairs, you've got the 1-bedroom with 2 bathrooms. I'm told after a few years of marriage, 1 bedroom is fine, but needs 2 bathrooms. Activities, guests tend to stay with us about 3 nights as an average, so we try to find as many things to entertain them as possible, and it's all handled by the team here on property. So that's anything from archery to horseback riding, carriage rides, to fishing, boating, shooting, you can do falconry. Indoors, you can dress up in period costumes, which is a bit of fun. Essentially, we've got 40 costumes for the Lyric Opera House in Chicago, and that's terrific in that sense. Wine and whiskey tasting, let's face it, we're in Ireland, so alcohol is compulsory. And then for those very, very occasional rainy days that we have in Ireland, talking twice, maybe 3 times a year, we got a lovely spa, along with treatment rooms, a hair salon, and a fully equipped gym. Now, the gardens are very important for us. They provide all the herbs, all the flowers, and all the vegetables for the house. And not only that, but they're also just lovely to walk around. We welcome children from the age of 9, unless it's a buyout, in which case they're welcome at any age. And I guess the last thing to say is that we've always believed in 2 things being the most important things in life when coming to a place like Ballyfin, and that'd be time and space. Space, I've covered 614 acres of land, 40,000 square feet for a maximum of 40 people. And time is just a time to reconnect. I think reconnecting when we've all been separated for so long is going to be a big part going forward. So there we are. Last thing is, a couple of years ago, we were lucky enough to be voted the best hotel in the world by Condé Nast Traveler. And that, Emmy, correct me if I'm wrong, but that puts me just about in the 5 minutes. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
Wow. Damien, I think you're probably the only hotel who's ever really stuck to the 5 minutes. So thank you.
There you go.
Incredible.
I think there are
look
questions.
Yes, we
know.
do. We have some questions. Look at that shot. I mean, that was, you want to put that up again so we know what we're, okay, so Ballyfin, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it. It's pretty iconic. Esther was asking, do you have any rooms that actually connect for families?
Yes, three sets of rooms that connect. We've also got 5 sets of rooms that can be twinned.
Okay. There are many comments here saying, I've had guests here. It's amazing. Beautiful property. The conservatory is amazing for lunch. So it sounds like a lot of our travel agent community has actually had the chance to come and see. So thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
What types of culinary activities do you offer, Damien?
So we don't do cooking lessons, but we do cooking demonstrations. So essentially Sam takes the guests with them, goes out to the garden, picks the vegetables, the fruits, whatever they're going to use, and then he cooks their lunch, essentially. So they're just the 2 of them or the 4 of them max, and he's cooking them a lunch that he's just picked in the garden. So that's what we do with the cooking.
They have chickens on property too, I've seen.
Chickens.
What type, actually there's a lot of questions asking about seasonal. Are you open all year round or is it a seasonal date?
More or less, we close January 2nd or 3rd or 4th, depends on how it falls, and we reopen just before Valentine's Day.
Okay, so you close just for about a month.
About 5.5 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
And that's purely to be able to maintain the house and do essentially what needs to be done in the house.
Right, to do like a full cleaning.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, look, Linda Turley is shopping for winter 2021. So it sounds like it's December, maybe November. Open all year round. Are there any whiskey tours or tastings?
Indeed. So we do wine and whiskey tasting ourselves down in the bar or in the cellar. And if the clients want to go and see something, Tullamore is about a 20-minute drive from us, which is a lovely whiskey house. They've redone their tasting rooms. It's actually quite, having done it lately, it's actually really good.
Great. I think the questions a lot of them were about seasonal. Can you give us a price range on like lead-in category and?
Sure. We operate mostly on a full board basis, and we begin just at about €1,000 a night. And that takes us to €2,500 for the cottage. And all that is on full board. So the full board is 3 meals, teas, coffee, soft drinks, minibar, laundry, glass of champagne on arrival, a glass of champagne before dinner. And that's
great. That's perfect.
Right.
Thank you so much. There's lots of comments about how they've visited. So
amazing. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. I'm so sorry I have to head out to look after the guests, but thank you for connecting. And Emmy is my contact. And if you need anything, just let me know. Thanks again.
Thank you, Damien.
Bye,
all
everybody.
Right. So let's head a little bit east to Marlfield with Margaret. Are you ready, Margaret?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to visit Marlfield House, which is, I think, about an hour from Dublin. Is that right?
Yeah. So hello everybody, I'm Margaret Bowe from Marlfield House, which is on the east coast of Ireland. It's a family run property. I run it with my sister, and it was started 40 odd years ago by our mother, who is this lady here. So this is our family business.
Margaret, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Is there any way you can launch it into full screen mode or slideshow mode so we can see the full screen? It's on the lower right-hand bar. It kind of looks like a square wine glass.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. It's that one.
No. Or in the upper.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Have you got it?
Yeah. Yes, we do. Thank you.
Use this later. Okay, so just to continue, sorry about that. So yeah, we're a family property. We're situated just an hour south of Dublin on the east coast, just south of Wicklow, which is the Garden of Ireland, and about an hour and a quarter from the airport. It is close to miles and miles of sandy beaches where Saving Private Ryan was made in 1997, very close to Kilkenny, which is the medieval capital of Ireland, a 12th century city. And just very close to Glendalough at the monastic settlement in Wicklow, and an hour from both ports. We're members of Relais Chateaux since 1983. Can't actually see it underneath, but it's 1983 or 1985. So we're long-standing members of Relais and Chateaux. It's a beautiful Regency period house that was part of the Courtown estate owned by the Earls of Courtown when my parents bought it from them to turn it into a country house hotel. We have 18 bedrooms, all individual, completely different, all individual. We've 36 acres of gardens and grounds where we produce all the vegetables and herbs and fruit for our kitchens. We recently put in a kilometre run around the grounds, added on to the existing run, which makes it about a 2 kilometre run for our guests. The house is completely decorated with and filled with antiques. There are fireplaces in the 6 state bedrooms. As I said earlier, we have 18 bedrooms ranging from standard rooms to grand staterooms, and we're currently developing 4 individual duck pond suites, which I will tell you about in just a few moments. So this will be the Stopford room. They're all completely different, grand, luxurious, lots of little details in every room, with marble bathrooms. Lots of them have French doors that open onto the lake and the garden. That would be the state rooms. And then we have regular classic rooms up in the main house, which are just smaller. They have the same detail and the same antiques, they're just smaller. This is our conservatory restaurant, where it's a fine dining restaurant. We've always had the conservatory, and we serve breakfast here for guests and afternoon tea and Sunday lunch and dinner on some nights, though not all nights of the week, always at the weekend, and depending on the season, up to 5 nights a week. And that's where we serve dinner and afternoon tea, Sunday lunch. We also have a second restaurant, which is a more casual dining experience. It is in the courtyard. We opened it 5 years ago, developing courtyard spaces, a coach house and a gardener's shed and a potting shed, and creating this lovely space. Sorry, somebody keeps ringing me. This lovely space with a large terrace overlooking the kitchen garden, where we have about another 90 seats. It's an extremely popular local restaurant where we serve an eclectic mix of fish and vegetables and steaks and meat and some Middle Eastern influenced food, some Italian food. It's very, very popular. We also have a little house on the property, which we developed a couple of years ago, which is a little old gate lodge, and it is slightly more contemporary, well, probably significantly more contemporary in feel, very luxurious, with 2 bedrooms, very suitable for couples traveling together or a family. At the moment that photograph was taken in May 2020. Actually, oh yes. So we're developing 4 duck pond suites on the pond. This will be the style of them. They're a little bit further on now than they are in that photograph there. The design and decor will be very luxe. They all have a terrace, as you can see here, opening onto the lake. I'll just show you a little video of what it looks like the other day. They're not quite finished. They will be finished in October. They're very socially distanced. You're in the middle of the woodland overlooking the lake. So we're very excited about those. Moving on, we also do lots of meetings on our property, activities nearby. We have a tennis court on the lawn in the garden and croquet, and we've lots of walking. As I said, we have a 2 kilometre walk on the grounds. We have, at the moment, we're doing a hawk walk every Wednesday for our residents, which is falconry. We can organise massage, and later on next year we will have completed a wellness centre, which we are also building down on the lake as soon as the duck pond suites are finished. We have a wonderful team of staff that we're very proud of. They're very warm and welcoming, and we have maintained a very high standard over our 40 years in business. This year we received the Hotel of the Year award from Georgina Campbell. This gives you a lovely view of the house. I can play you a little bit of it. A lovely view of the house from the air. Maybe my 5 minutes is probably nearly up. As you can see, there is lots and lots and lots of space. And these are our contact details, and that's just a photograph of myself and my sister and our head chef. So we would love to welcome you. We are a very beautifully run, we think, family country house, and we are very happy to welcome you to Marfield in the future when the COVID allows us to travel between our countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Margaret. I mean, truly the quintessential Relais Chateaux family run. And when you get there, Laura and Margaret are there. I mean, it's really a family business, and it's just, you feel that warmth when you visit. And it's only an hour and a half, did you say?
It's about an hour and 5 minutes to the centre of Dublin, and about an hour and a quarter to the airport. So it's very close. So people spend a couple of nights with us on the way in and on the way out of Dublin because we're so close to the airport.
Amazing. And the restaurant, I mean, it's, you guys all, you have to make a, visit with us here at the restaurant for sure. And I think when I was there, your mother was in the dining room too, and it was so sweet to see her.
Yeah, you can't get away from us. We're everywhere.
I love it. Okay, so lots of questions. How many pond suites do you have?
We will have 4.
4, okay.
And they're a suite of a large bedroom and a large bathroom with the living area, and the living area in each room overlooks the lake, and the bed is not in front of the large windows, if you like. Mm-hmm. And there's a big round window actually in front of some of the windows. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, we think they are. We're looking forward to opening them.
Okay, and do you have connecting rooms also?
We have 2 pairs of connecting rooms.
Okay.
And there's state bedrooms, the best rooms on the ground floor.
Okay, Diana was asking, actually back to the pond suites, are those for 4 guests in each suite?
No,
max,
2.
2 max.
They're a romantic suite for 2
romantic suite, okay. And then you have no age restrictions, is that right?
No, we don't.
Okay, perfect. How far are you from, is it Naas?
Naas, about an hour and 20, maybe 20, about an hour and 20, maybe as much as an hour and a half.
Okay.
It's motorway the whole way.
Okay. And driving in Ireland is, well,
it's a very different experience now 2 years ago, but there are so many motorways. But
okay.
When you get off the motorways, it's slightly different, but there is a very good network of motorways.
But it's still an entirely different than driving over here on the 405 freeway in California or
and on the other side of the road.
In the city, right. Like it's just a beautiful drive everywhere in Ireland.
Yeah.
Can you share the entry and upper end pricing, the price range between?
Rooms are from. The smallest rooms are around 230 euros, and the largest master suite is around 700 euros, and the duck pond suites will be somewhere between 420 and 500 euros, depending on the season.
Great. And what is the size of the standard to deluxe rooms? How big, like how many, you probably are going to tell me in square meters. I
don't know that off the top of my head.
Okay.
The standard rooms are smaller rooms for Americans. We would find that with the luggage, they are smaller rooms. So I would suggest for Americans staying that it would be from a classic room up, and preferably a stateroom because they're on the ground floor as well.
That is an excellent tip. Thank you. Do you have any rooms with sleeper couches?
No.
Okay.
But we put single beds into rooms for 3rd or 4th people all the time, but not couches.
Okay. Is it seasonal? You guys are open all year round, I think, right?
Okay, so we're open all year round, except for a couple of weeks after the new year.
Okay.
And then for a good portion of the year, we open Wednesday to Sunday.
Okay.
So we open 7 days during the summer, though not this summer. We're open 5 days a week this summer. But normally we open 7 days a week from Easter to October, and from October to Easter we work on 5 days a week, Wednesday to Sunday.
Okay, so Whitney, actually, regarding your question about seasonal, on our website, on the landing page of the property, if you go to the good to know section, there's actually a list of, like, on the right-hand side, you can see what months of the year their annual closure is and stuff like that. Is it an easy in and out of Dublin by train for those who want to tour but base themselves outside of Dublin?
Yeah, we're about 5 minutes from the train station, so it is easy. It's very easy.
Perfect. Nancy, there you go. So you can set up shop here at Morrow Fieldhouse and then...
There's actually buses every hour from Dublin.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. There was a lot of questions, and I think we got them all.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, Margaret.
Thank you.
All right, so let's head over to our new kid on the block, Adrian. He is with Cashel Palace, and he is our newest addition to our lovely Ireland collection. And
Great.
it's still kind of in the works, right?
It is. Can you hear me? Everyone, you can hear me okay?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay, I'm okay on the screen?
Yes, I can see you and I can see your presentation.
Very much. Well, good morning to everyone, and thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to Tipperary. It's not that long, not that far away. As you can see, we're still under construction. This is a recent photo taken of the property with our big, huge crane that's helping build the hotel, and we hope to be open hopefully this time next year, at least in July, August time. So we hope to have a nice hotel for you all to visit. And I just tell you a little bit about the hotel as it is. This is a shot of the entrance. So a lot of the colors, a lot of the pictures are watercolors, because obviously we can't show you the real life photos, but I'll go through it and try and explain as quickly and easily as possible for you. So essentially, Cashel Palace was designed and built in 1730, and it was originally the residence for the Church of Ireland bishops, and they moved to Waterford in the early 60s, and then it became a hotel, and it's been a hotel ever since, a small 12-bedroom hotel, and had various owners, and the current owners are spending multi-million dollar reinvestment and refurbishment of the property to bring it into, if you like, the 21st century. Basically, we are going to expand the property to a 42-bedroom hotel, and the main house is the original part of the building. It will be the nucleus of the hotel. We'll add another new wing of bedrooms, and we have 3 buildings at the entrance of the hotel, which are separate and private, and can be used for families. One particular building has 4 interconnecting rooms, so all that can be very family friendly, or for a multi-generational family can use that. It's just about 50 meters from the entrance of the hotel, so plenty of space, and it's just located on the center of Cashel, which is the main town, one of the main towns in Tipperary. It's located about a 2-hour drive from Dublin and a 1-hour drive from Cork. So we consider ourselves very much in the center and the heart of Ireland. So you can cross from Limerick to Waterford, and you can cross from Dublin to Kerry and see our properties, our sister properties in Kerry, very easily by stopping off in Cashel on the way down. So we have a couple of dining facilities. We have the original Bishop's Buttery, which is where lower ground floor, where we'll be serving our fine dining offering. And then we currently have a bar and kitchen called Mikey Ryan's, which is an old pub that we've renovated, located on the grounds of the hotel, which will be the current which is open currently. And actually, if any of your guests ever do come, I know they're not traveling that much these days, but it's open for lunch and dinner every day. And then we'll have a room in the main house, which will serve only breakfast and full afternoon tea. And then outside in the garden, we'll be serving light snacks and also drinks in the nice sunny days that we foresee. Downstairs, we also have a Guinness bar, and we originally have a very, very long connection with Guinness. Guinness hops were grown in our garden, and they were used to make the first Guinness in Ireland. And the people who were involved, Arthur Price's father rather, was working in the Cashel Palace when he made his first pint of Guinness, and they moved then to Dublin with money that was given by the Archbishop of Cashel. So there's a huge connection with the history there. And as you can see, the property has kind of 2 sides. It's got a town side, which is the red brick side, And then it has the garden side, which is into the overlooking the Rock of Cashel, which is a very famous piece of Irish national heritage. And it was originally the seat of the Kings of Munster. And it's literally a 500-meter walk from the back of the hotel up to the rock, which is visited by about 450,000 people every year. So we have a lot of interest in people, and we have a special private walk for our guests to access to the rock. So as you can see there, you can see the front 3 buildings here: the Gate Lodge, the schoolhouse, and the manager's house. And then the main house is the entrance here. And on the right-hand side, we have the main new bedrooms, and on the left-hand side, we have a new spa, and that all overlooks the garden. So it's quite a stunning location. This gives you some ideas of our bedrooms, quite modern, but obviously in the main house, we'll have the original main features of the hotel, of the house, as it were, because it's part of the conservation. We have to rebuild it in the style that it was built in. So it's quite classic, quite traditional. This will be where we serve breakfast and afternoon tea. Again, this is a computer generated image, so you'll have to bear with us. It'll look a bit differently in the future. And this is the Guinness bar down in the lower garden, lower ground floor area. And that's the famous pint of Guinness that we hope you'll enjoy. We have 9 open fireplaces in the property on the ground floor. So it'll be very warm, cozy and welcoming all year long. So we plan to open all year long as well. We may briefly close just for Christmas Day, but apart from that, we plan to be open every day of every year. And this is some outdoor garden areas where we'll have a lot of outdoor space, open fires outside, and places for people to be able to enjoy their drinks and food outside. And they'll all be heated areas as well, so they'll be quite warm. Here you can see the spa, which is overlooking the garden, and you can see there a jacuzzi, sauna, steam room, and an outdoor swimming pool area. So we'll have 4 treatment rooms. We'll have a luxury, sorry, my timer is telling me about my 5 minutes is up, so I'm trying to rush through as quickly as possible. Sorry, Emmy. Here you can see the gardens that we're going to have redone, and a beautiful water feature there for. So this is the view from the spa. Again, you can see how beautiful the property will be. There are 2 beautiful trees that were also planted 2 mulberry trees that were planted in 1730 to announce the visit of Queen Anne. So quite a historic area, quite a historic building. And this is the entrance then, which will be very nicely landscaped for people coming in. And from here, you can see the new wing of bedrooms, which blends nicely with the main house, and all the garden wing rooms, and the ones on the ground floor in particular, will have their own little private garden as well. And to the right, then you'll see the spa area with its own pool and a view out onto the garden. So it'll be very pretty. And this is the view from the outside terrace looking up at the Rock of Cashel. So everyone has their own private view of the rock. So it's quite a historic and unique feature for us to be able to show and share with the guests that you hopefully will send us. So that's me, and I hope if I can be of any help. And we very much are very excited to launch this fantastic hotel. We hope that it'll be an addition to the Relais Chateaux friends and family that we have currently, and we very much look forward to the future with your guests, and hopefully we'll be able to welcome them next year. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Adrian. I am so excited to have you guys join the Relais Chateaux family right in the heart of, I mean, it's located so perfectly, and it gives me another reason to come back and visit Ireland now.
Absolutely.
We are, and you're planning to open next year, and you have, is it 42 rooms, is it?
42 rooms, yeah.
42 rooms, okay.
And we're 2 hours drive from Dublin.
2 hours, perfect. You saw Britta's question. Thank you. So it's really centrally located, and gosh, those rooms, I mean, it's going to be pretty. Susan Bleacher asked, will the new buildings be in the same style as the original house?
Oh yes, it'll be very, very much connected. So it'll look seamless, hopefully, between one area to the other, yeah.
And can clients use the pool regardless if they have a spa appointment, or is that just the pool for the spa?
Oh no, it's for people who are staying in the hotel can use the pool and the gym. There's a gym as well. There's a sauna, steam room. There's an outside terrace. There's 2 seaweed baths as well. So there's plenty to do.
Okay, and a lot of Americans, as beautiful as your gardens are for running and exercising, a lot of Americans do like to work out in a gym. So that's great that you have a gym as well. Will Cashel Palace be part of Virtuoso? I'm not
We very much hope to join. Yes, our plan is to join Virtuoso. Yeah, we hope to
great.
be
And you are, how far are you from Cork? So we started kind of towards Dublin, and we have started going further south. How
Yeah.
far are you from Cork Airport, which is all the way down south? Yeah.
We're exactly 1 hour drive.
1 hour drive. Okay.
Way, pretty much all motorway. So it's very easy to access. It's all very easy to get
Perfect.
to.
Perfect. And Cork Airport is right by where Sheen Falls and Park Kenmare is, which we'll visit next.
Great.
So that's perfect. Thank you. And Diana, you asked if the dates are seasonal. I think he mentioned that he plans to be open all year round, except for maybe Christmas Day, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'd hope to open all year round. Yeah.
Okay. And are you planning to be members of Signature? Heather?
I don't know, to be honest with you. We will look into that for sure, but
there's a lot of different programs out there for our little hotels. And just so that you guys know, if your agency reaches a certain point, we can make you preferred partners where you get a VIP welcome and complimentary breakfast as well. But it's hard to say all those things because we don't, it's so far into the future and things are so up in the air, changing every day right now. But thank you so much, Adrian. I can't wait to come and see.
Thanks very much, Amy.
Okay, so we'll travel from here, from Tipperary, 1 hour-ish south? 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours south let's go to Sheen Falls with Sheila, and then we'll pop over to Kenmare, which is right across the town. And Kenmare is such an incredible town, so I'll let Sheila and John tell us.
Thanks, Amy. I'm biased, but we're living here and it's a fabulous town. So
I see your posts. They're amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon or this morning. I see lots of familiar names on the panelists. It's lovely to connect with you again. So if I'm rusty, it's because I wasn't at Travel Week this year. So welcome to Sheen Falls and the fabulous Sheen Falls Lodge. You can see from our beautiful setting, we're surrounded by water, and we're named by the famous Sheen River, which cascades into Kenmare Bay, right by the side of the property. So every bedroom, all the public areas have this amazing view to the water. So straight away you have this sense of peace and tranquility at the hotel when you arrive with us. And think of Ireland, year round. I think people gravitate for the summer months, but it really is a fabulous destination. Summer, autumn, and one of my favorite times or recommended times to visit would be in May. And we have a beautiful cherry blossom driveway into the property. So location wise, Cashel, if my geography is good, is about here, and about 2 hours down to Kenmare, about an hour and 15 minutes from Cork Airport. And through Cork, you've great connections to London, Paris, Scotland, if you're combining Ireland with other destinations, and 2.5 hours south of Shannon Airport. And if we take a deeper look into Kerry, it's made up of 3 peninsulas, the famous Ring of Kerry, Dingle to the north, and then the lesser known Beara Peninsula south of Kenmare. And really this is the one not to be missed. I think everyone gravitates towards the Ring of Kerry, but it is slightly more commercial, busier touring route, whereas the Beara Peninsula is a much more stunning, scenic and authentic drive. So this is Kenmare, and Sheen Falls is within about a 10-minute walk from the town, but we do provide shuttle service from the hotel. A beautiful heritage town, fabulous shops, all unique to the town, great restaurants, lovely food market during the week, music in the pubs by night. And it is a great base to see Kerry and West Cork as well. We're surrounded by beautiful scenery. This is Gleninchquin Park, where we can do guided hill walking. And again, space is no issue in Kerry, but all of the images I'm showing you are equally day trips from the property. So you do need to give yourself time in Kerry, and 3-night minimum stay would be what we'd recommend. So our bedrooms have been recently refurbished. They're all fully air conditioned. You have beautiful views from each of them. Different layouts, different styles, interconnecting room options, all of them large enough to take an extra bed, adjoining rooms as well. So depending on what your clients are looking for, there's great options available. Of course, beautiful setting for formal dining with the views to the waterfalls, but lots of casual options throughout the hotel as well. We smoke our own salmon at the hotel, and it features on each of the menus that we offer, and we do tours of the smokehouse and a tasting of the salmon for guests to enjoy as well. And there's Brendan, our gillie, so you can arrange to go salmon fishing while you're staying with us. Equally, we have horse riding, clay pigeon shooting, archery, horse and carriage tours, so lots of activities on site. And then nearby, lots to do as well, from chocolate making to day or nighttime kayaking trips. There's usually a food tour available, and Kenmare has one of the best ice cream makers around. Golf as well nearby. We have a spa and leisure facilities, and then also on the grounds we have 5 beautiful thatched cottages. So they range from 2 bedrooms to a 4-bedroom property. You've access to all the hotel facilities when you're staying in the cottages. A chef can cater for you, but you have the privacy that they allow as well. Housekeeping service them, and we put in a welcome hamper into each cottage also. Think of Ireland for Christmas. When the Caribbean is full, we're the next island option over, but it is a fabulous time, and all properties really do a great program during the Christmas period. We are part of a lot of the preferred programs, Signature, Virtuoso, Select, and one of the lovely amenities for your clients to enjoy is a tour of Kenmare in our 1936 vintage Buick. And like all the other properties, we do have a great team, and it's all about the Irish welcome and the hospitality when you're with us. So that's us. Thank you so much, and we hope to be able to welcome your guests and hope to be over to visit you hopefully next year as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. I think you know a lot of, as you mentioned, there's a lot of people in the room. But look what I have.
Oh, yeah.
This is a coffee table book that I got from Kenmare, and it's gorgeous. There's just photos of the landscape. So what's really cool about Kenmare is that there's this town with all these shops and candy shops and bookstores and pubs. And then you get to, you know, so you have that kind of local, authentic town experience. And then you also have that access to all the hiking and beautiful nature and as Sheila was talking about. So it really is an incredible place to visit. And we have the 2 properties, and we'll show you Park Kenmare next. But let's go run through some of these questions. Bonnie, I'll have Damien back to you on that one. Do you have access to golf, Sheila?
Yeah, so there's 2 parkland courses